Hey everybody, welcome to Pop Culture Philosophers. I'm Rockin Robbie Billups, and it's time for the weekly pop culture wrap-up. That's right everybody, time for the weekly pop culture wrap-up here at Pop Culture Philosophers. It's the show where I go over the week's pop culture news, mostly comic books and movies. Let's get right into it with some comic book news, some exciting comic book news. Jonathan Hickman is doing the X-Men. Absolutely, it has been announced, it's confirmed, he's on stage, he's talking about it. Fantastic news. So basically it's going to be two series. One is called House of X, the other is called Powers of X. And they did point out that Powers of X, the X is actually the Roman numeral for 10. But House of X is actually an X, as in the letter X, right? He's going to be joined by Pepe Larraz and R.B. Silva with the on the artwork. It's going to be really cool. They say it's going to be a giant, big milestone. They compared it to giant-size X-Men. X-Men #1 by Jim Lee and Chris Claremont. Age of Apocalypse. New X-Men by Frank Quitely and Grant Morrison. So they seem like they're really putting a lot of hype behind this. Of course, it's Jonathan Hickman. I'm a huge Jonathan Hickman fan. We've been kind of anticipating him coming onto the X-Men for a while. If you've been following this channel, especially the weekly pop culture wrap-ups, you've noticed that I've been talking about it, kind of alluding to it, but now it's official and it's actually happening. I think it's really, really cool. Some are reporting that each is just supposed to be a 6-issue series, but we shall see if that is the case at solicitations, and of course, if it's going to maybe even launch into something else. But the X-Men, big, game-changing, redefining milestone moment, spearheaded by Jonathan Hickman, that is coming this July and was just announced at C2E2. Also announced this week at C2E2 was Absolute Carnage. It's the Donny Cates, Ryan Stegman, big, epic Carnage Venom crossover thing that they've been talking to, that they've been building up to ever since issue 1 of Venom from last year. Venom by Donny Cates and Ryan Stegman has been one of my absolute favorite Marvel comics, so I'm very, very excited. Just like Cates and Stegman, I have a love and affinity and an affection for Venom, especially Carnage. Maximum Carnage was so important to me when I was younger and still remains one of my favorite books from the 90s. Absolutely love those characters. I love the symbiotes. The idea behind this is that Carnage is going to try to hunt down and kill anybody who has ever worn a symbiote. And we're talking about even Venomized. That's basically going to be everybody. So it's Carnage versus the Marvel Universe, a big Venom, Carnage-centric story. He also promises, Cates does, that every symbiote will appear. That's really, really exciting for me as someone who grew up loving anything symbiote related. Super pumped for this. Very, very excited. That's going to release in August. So basically Marvel has lined up War of the Realms, Hickman's X-Men stuff, then Absolute Carnage, and then they've teased something coming in December, but it's completely unannounced yet. You definitely want to wait, probably what, San Diego Comic-Con, New York Comic-Con later on this year. Valkyrie is going to be a new book spinning out of War of the Realms. It's going to be co-written with Jason Aaron and Al Ewing. No real understanding of what Valkyrie they're going to do, more of a movie. Like Tessa Thompson, is that her name? That version of the character, as we recently saw in the Exiles book, or if it's going to be straight up the Valkyrie that we are more familiar with from like classic Defenders books and stuff like that. But that is coming, spinning out of War of the Realms, which I've read the first issue of War of the Realms, and it's big, it's epic, it feels like Secret Wars #1, it feels like Infinity Gauntlet #1, it feels like a big deal, and it's fun, it's epic, and Dodderman's artwork with Wilson's colors is perfection. It is so good, so fun in that classic superhero Marvel giddy fan kind of way, right? Absolutely fun stuff. Marvels is celebrating its 25th anniversary this year, and of course we're going to be covering it in Comics Revisited Season 2 this summer, so be on the lookout for that. But to celebrate this, Kurt Busiek and Alex Ross are reuniting to do a brand new one-shot. A brand new one-shot story from Marvels, celebrating the 25th anniversary. It's going to be an X-Men focused story. Very excited for that. History of the Marvel Universe is a book that just got announced. It's going to be 6 issues. It's going to be written by Mark Waid with artwork by Javier Rodriguez and Alvaro Lopez. They did an amazing job on the recently concluded Exiles series. So basically it's 6 issues of Mark Waid telling the timeline of the Marvel Universe. So a great thing to kind of catch up. Mark Waid knows his stuff. He knows the history of the Marvel Universe. So no better writer really you could pick, and a great, fantastic art team. I'm very, very excited for that. Secret Warps is coming back in like 6 annuals and they're going to kind of cross over with each other. But the Secret Warp stuff is the Infinity Warp stuff, where like Gamora mushed people together. So you had Doctor Strange merged with Captain America, and it was Soldier Supreme. You know, you remember that. So they're coming back. Yeah, we knew they left them around for a while, right? So White Noise, a writer collective from the UK, just re-signed with Vault Comics. This is exciting news for me. White Noise is made up of Ryan O'Sullivan, Alex Packnadell, Ram V, and Dan Waters. They did the books Deep Roots and These Savage Shores, Fearscape, Friendo, amazing comic books from Vault that were just on fire, still on fire, just crazy, awesome stuff. And big news is that they've re-signed to do another round of books, each of them. So 4 more miniseries coming from the White Noise crew and Vault Comics. I could not be more excited. I'm so excited. Seriously, it's fantastic. So Scott Snyder on Twitter teased a new book with Francisco Francavilla. This is very exciting for me. The only thing we got so far is a hashtag NOTG, which makes me think Night of the something. What could that something be? Is it even Night of the? It may not be. It's just kind of what I think of. It looks horror related. Francavilla and Snyder have worked together before on books like Swamp Thing and their fantastic run over on Detective Comics. So I'm really, really pumped for this. More information as soon as I learn. From Aftershock Comics this summer, we got Trust Fall. It's a new book by Christopher Sabella and Chris Visions. It's a neat idea. The main character, she's able to teleport things, but not herself, so she obviously is a criminal. She has to go into vaults, and she steals stuff, but now she has to trust her team, hence the team, to get her out of these situations, hence the title, Trust Fall. Sounds really cool, interesting idea. Chris Sabella done amazing job recently with books like Crowded and Shanghai Red. Crowded especially, I love. One of my favorite books of last year. Definitely top 15, top 20. Fantastic stuff. So a very, very exciting announcement there. Some movies and TV news. We had a couple trailers released this week. I'm going to talk about that real quick. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, the 9th film from Quentin Tarantino. Saw that trailer. Doesn't really tell you much about the story. You get the idea that Leonardo DiCaprio is an actor, set in 1969, and Brad Pitt is his stuntman. It's going to be kind of surrounded around the idea because, like, Sharon Tate's in the movie and Charles Manson, those are characters in the movie, so it's just about Hollywood at this time and maybe all the craziness going around. The trailer was fun, told us exactly what we needed to know, who's in it, and that it's Tarantino. That nice little dialogue bit was so funny with Bruce Lee and Brad Pitt's character. Really did like it, so very excited to see what's going to happen with this one. I'm typically a Tarantino fan, so, you know, we shall see. The Stranger Things 3 trailer released this week. Looks cool. I like it. These characters are growing up. They're growing apart. I like that idea. I like the drama that's going to be there. There's some stuff with Hopper and Joyce there that's going on, but the trailer looks cool. It looks epic, and as long as Steve Harrington's in it, I'm down. But seriously, I'm so pumped and ready to see the showdown at the Starcourt Mall, because you know it's going to have its big epic finale at this mall. I love Stranger Things. Super excited for that. And Supernatural is ending after 15 seasons. You know, I've watched probably a little over half of Supernatural, the first half. And it's all right. It's got some of the best single episodes I've ever seen. Some real fun, great singular episodes. Decent show. A lot of people I know, especially from PCP and the excitable PCP crew ourselves, Justin, for instance, and Drew, they're big Supernatural fans. That's very impressive. 15 seasons. There you go, Supernatural. So that's what we got for you this week. Let us know anything you want to say about what we've talked about or anything I missed in the comments down below. Are you excited for Hickman's X-Men? Are you excited for Donny Cates and Ryan Stegman on Absolute Carnage? Because I am super, super pumped for those two announcements in particular. And of course, the White Noise re-up over at Vault. That's honestly my favorite news out of all of the stuff I just said. Anyway, thank you guys so much for checking out the video. Be sure to join us at popculturephilosophers.com for podcasts and a whole lot more. And be sure to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And you can follow us at Twitter at ThePCPShow. And you can follow me personally at Rockin Robbie. Thanks for rocking with us. Keep on reading. Keep on rocking. Keep on pop culturing. Keep on wrapping up. Keep on keeping on.